That #1 spot in Heat Race 2. How do you feel right now?
I feel really good, actually.
What do you think about that track out there?
It's really awesome.
It looks like it's a lot of fun. You guys are having a blast out there. Who do you want to thank for getting you up here today?
My dad and my mom, Car 1, JM&H, and my Grammy and G.
Okay, I want you to tell me something. I see something that's on your dash here, a little saying. Do you go and live by that? Go ahead and tell everybody what you have on your dash.
It says, if you're not scared, you're not going fast enough, which is what Ken Block would always say.
And he has that right here on his dash, you guys. That's a good saying right there. Congratulations again. We'll see you later on at the podiums.
Yes.
All right, Paxton Yoshimoto right there. Back up to the booth.
Thanks, Scott, what do you think about how that started? She said, how you feel out there?
You need to have him come up on stage with you and Matt, and he's going to help you guys all hand out trophies.
I'm here to tell you, she said, how do you feel? And that young man said, great, actually. Yeah. Man, I bet he does. First place out there. What a well-spoken kid right there. Looks like he's having a great time, and he's excited. I'll see him at the awards here in a little while.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break as we still have one race remaining in the sportsman classes, the Vet NA. We'll be right back after that with that Vet NA main event.
All right. We are 100% back in here, and this is the first time that me and Mr. Matt Edmondson are standing in the booth for 2023.
Straight Pipe and Flow Master is in the house. We're ready to bring the heat now.
Well, guys, I'll tell you, we are stepping in here, and we've got one of our funnest classes coming up here in just a second.
That's right.
We always have a lot of fun with these guys on and off the track. We're always picking at them. They're picking at us.
That's right.
Playing jokes and having some fun, but we're about to hit the Vet NA.
The Vets. See them lined up down there.
How many we got in this class, Matt?
Vet MNA, it looks like we got Todd Rimmereed, Austin Sides, Terry Lackey, Jeff Johnson, Rick Schroeder, Mitch Truitt, and Jeff Barrett. So
this is
guys.
Basically the battle of the dads.
Yeah, this is the dad race.
Because I see a lot of names right here that all have
Todd,
kids racing.
Yeah.
Yep, and then, we got Mitch Truitt down there, which he birthed a legend. Colin Truitt.
Yep. Going to get to see him next in Pro NA.
Which will be coming up right after this. You don't want to miss that. So, guys, if you're back at home, go ahead and grab whatever you got to have. The next few classes coming through here, we're coming to some of our fastest, most exciting racing to end our day out on this schedule today for our first round for 2023.
That's exactly right, and I'm excited for this one. TW's got them all lined up down here. As you can see, with 7 racers on this one, we're going back to a gate start. So they're in their spots right now. Land rush right here, running up to the top of the hill.
Well, I do tell you, I like the changes for classes over 8 going to a rolling start. I thought that was really fun for a lot of those classes.
For sure.
Here we go. They are off.
Shooting up the hill right here. Let's see who
Reverie
it
was a
is.
little wide right there, got pushed off, but that is a Truitt car out front.
Yeah.
Man.
It does look like that. It's going to be Mitch Truitt right there. We were just talking about him.
Man, I tell
Leading
you what.
the charge right there.
He definitely
Terry
got
Lackey running that second spot, looking super good right there. And there's the
Truitt got up
27
this
of
morning,
Jeff
took his
Johnson.
vitamins and minerals because this man's out here driving on a mission.
Oh, man, I'm telling you right now. Everybody in here.
Oh, they're slipping and sliding on that back stretch.
Moving
as they
around
come
right
through
here.
there. So I'll tell you, if you're back home, you've never been able to be here or come out and see this track, as you're going down what it's showing right there, the jumps are, every 20, 30 feet as you're coming in and out. It is a little bit tricky. You can't just hold it on the mat. You've got to time those things.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a rhythm section. You got to know, and you've got to kind of set your line up right there. A lot of these guys, too, will set themselves up in that corner, especially in the back there going around that sweeper by the pond. Depending on where you are, if you're outside, you can dive in and set yourself up really good. That next section up at the top, as soon as you hit that step up right there, now it's awesome, Joey. I love that back section now. Tons of speed down that ski-style jump.
Well, not only that, the back section comes down through there. What it's allowing them to do without the chicane that was there for 2022, they're able to hit that first tabletop on the back stretch, and they're able to get a little bit further over it, I feel like, and carry more momentum, which is giving us more speed all the way across the back side of the track.
Absolutely. Right now out front, Mitch Truitt still leading the way. Terry Lackey, though, all over. Look, we got an instant replay right here. Coming around the corner. What's going to happen? How about a little spinneroonie to a... Oh, got flipped over on its side. Not too major right there.
Great
Get him
job
back
of the
over.
instant replay on that.
Yeah.
All right, we're clicking off some laps right here. Let's see what it says. 145 for Mitch Truitt. This is a partial lap.
147.
Yep, 147 Lackey, followed by Sides at 150 and Rick Schroeder 152. And we just had Remery come across the line at a 201. So I think he got a little caught up there at the beginning, but he's getting his bearing straight, and he looks like he's trying to close in on the leaders and the pack.
Great shot right here from our drone crew, showing Mitch Truitt.
So right there from the drone, it looks like that corner you can straighten it out, but it's actually a pretty aggressive turn. It may be a little deceiving from the air, but when you're actually out there on the course, it is slippery right there.
Yeah, that's one of the things we talked about several times is for everybody at home that's watching this right now, this place looks absolutely amazing, but when you come out here and you see the elevation, you see how crazy this track really is in person, it's exciting. You just get this feeling when you come down into the valley here and you see the track that there's going to be some good racing on this terrain, and it's been exactly that today. Right now, Mitch Truitt just clicking off laps. Terry Lackey had a chance to talk to him earlier. He's looking nice and smooth out there, running that second position, and there is Sides rounding out your top 3.
Well, I can tell you right now, Mitch Truitt's no stranger to racing, and he was excited. He had made some posts on social media. He had mentioned that he was excited that Colin was going to allow him to race what they called the backup car. But my question is, what's the backup car now if they're both racing?
Right? Yeah. They kind of went away with that. They got everything out there on the track right now. They're having fun. On board with the 19 machine right there.
We got a little battle going right here. It looks like Schroeder's involved in some of that. That's a 3-way battle for second, third, and fourth.
That's right.
They're all really tight right here. I can tell you this is a big course, and when you're able to go out here and just literally stretch these machines out, you're seeing some speeds, 70s, 80s. Some of the turbo cars are a little bit faster than that, 85s and 90s probably down those back stretches.
Yep.
And when you think about that, they're not checking up going into these big 100-plus tabletops.
Not at all. Not at all. And they've got these cars so dialed in to fly flat over these things. We've watched a few people today. Will Harris, he was a big one for us. We watched Bree Seek do it a few times too. A few guys and girls out here today have oversent some of these jumps just a little too much. And I believe, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Joey, but I believe you're still chalking up some of that to that first race jitters. You know, everybody's going to get smoother as the season goes on. They're going to get faster. The cars are going to be more dialed in.
Look, the reality is they took the off season, they made changes to the cars or bought new cars to try to make themselves better, faster, stronger, and they've come out here and some of these things they've been able to test at home, but no one's been allowed to test on this track. So you can't dial the car to this track until you spent some time out here. So they've been out here, and we, unfortunately, because of weather conditions, made the call, which was the correct call, to delay practice, which what that did is allow the track to dry out what I would call perfectly.
Yeah.
And they come out here now, we've got a beautiful track, but it didn't allow some of them to have as much time as probably they had hoped to do some adjustments. But everybody's had the same adjustments, so it's still fair across the board. Everybody got the same allotment of time and the same possibilities. So the people that are out here really putting the work in the pits, and they're moving fiercely. I went out there between races, and they're making changes between the heat runs and these mains, and people are coming out here, and I can see a noticeable difference in the controls of the cars. They're making tire changes. They're making shock adjustments. They're making little small adjustments everywhere. Camber, you know, we talked to Brittany. They were out there making some changes to her car, getting ready, and these people have come back, and they're running faster lap times. Here we are in the mains than we were, and that just shows you they are getting these cars dialed, and that's part of the process. All right.
Great shot right there coming down the hill.
Still got a good battle going.
You don't even understand how steep that hill is right there.
That hill drops about 115 feet from the peak of it to the bottom, and that is a 90-degree right-hand turn at the bottom, off camber by probably 25 to 30 degrees, and it is scary.
Exactly. It's something that when you're coming down, you have to set yourself up right in that corner right there. We see a lot of action as people come down the hill super hard. You want to go inside on the downhill and then dive inside when you get to the bottom for sure.
Well, I can tell you this. We're having a lot of fun out here today. And like we've been saying all day, we just want to take time to remind you, if you've got a moment, please share all of these links. Let's get more people viewing this thing. Let's reach more people. Let's get more involved. And that is how we grow the sport. And that is how we grow each racer out here and grow their following, so we can all move the progression of everything forward. All right, Matt, we're coming into right here at the finish.
We are.
I see Mitch just crossed the race line jump. He's approaching
right
the final
there.
corner, sliding it in nice and clean, and he is going to take that checker flag. Mitch Truitt just crossed the MRT finish line. Great job. He put a clinic on.
That was
it wasn't
good
even close.
right there.
He was racing in his own class out there.
Mitch was prepared. They had the backup car dialed, huh?
There you go.
I mean, it just shows you that was the backup car last year that Colin raced, and now we're jumping straight into his new car this year in Pro NA. But Vet 40 Plus NA results: Mitch Truitt, Austin Sides, Terry Lackey 1, 2, and 3.
And Schroeder in fourth.
Yeah, and then you got Schroeder in fourth.
We kind of mentioned him because they battled that whole time.
There you see it on your screen right there. Mitch Truitt, Austin Sides, Terry Lackey, Rick Schroeder, Todd Rimmereed, Jeff Johnson, and Jeff Barrett. That is your running order. So big shout out to Mitch Truitt, Austin Sides, and Terry Lackey 1, 2, and 3. So that's your Vet 40 Plus NA. And then coming up next, guess what? Feature race Pro NA. We just saw Mitch Truitt take that win. Maybe we'll see Colin.
Man, how cool would it be for them to go back to back? But I'll tell you, we've got somebody up there. She is switching with Pam Hall. Tiffany Stone is up front with Austin Sides, and take it away, Tiffany.
Austin, congratulations. Overall, unofficially, you've taken the top spot for your class. This is round one. It's a great day. Earlier this week, we didn't have any practice, but you made it through. How are you feeling, buddy?
Not bad for a 62-year-old guy. So a lot of fun out here racing with the 40-year-olds. Got to say a lot of thanks to Cryptic Race Cars for building me a new car this year. This is the third time out there that I've driven this car, and it is awesome.
Well, I just want to talk. You're saying 62 is like you're old, but you're not old, Cyril. You're still out here. You're still putting down those laps. And with that being said, it's a true testament that no matter how old you are, you could come out here to MAO. You can be able to have some fun, race, and then officially, come over here and do your thing. And, sir, you've done that. Who'd you like to thank today?
Again, Cryptic Race Cars, Hess Motorsports, ARD, ICE Race Engines for an awesome race engine, and of course my wife.
Awesome. Well, nice job. A way to kick off round one here. He is unofficially our overall top finisher for his class. Back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, we are about to go to the Pro NA race, and back in the booth I've got Pam Hall having a good day out there doing interviews. And who's over here on my right?
We have Mr. Ken Stout, the one and only Ken Stout. He's getting his headset all set up here. But it's been a great day, Joey. Great day.
I'm excited to be able to be a part of this with you guys, and I'll be here for a few more races. But Pro NA, this is the starting grid. Pam, why don't you take it away right there?
All right, we have Owen Van Pieren. We have Chase Carr in that second position, Colin Truitt third, Tyler Rimreed in fourth, Nick Burnham in fifth, Kyler Holcomb sixth, Carson Bell seventh, Ray Barnes, and we're getting ready to go racing. So we have a stacked field out here. Ken, you ready?
Ready to go. We had a chance to speak with Colin Truitt a little bit. I don't think this is my headset here. That's mine over there. So I just need to turn it down just a little bit. It's cranking. There you go. Perfect. Much better. Perfect. But yeah, I had a chance to talk to Truitt over there. They actually broke a front axle in that first moto, so he didn't get quick time. He'll start outside pole here. I believe he's starting P2 as we talked about him. Owen Van Epperen, of course, came out here from Wisconsin, did exactly what everybody thought he would do, be right up in there in the front with the Yamaha, and people talked about this track being really good for the Yamaha. Certainly came out there and proved that. His father up there spotting for him, so we'll see. It should be a great race. It's another stacked class here in the pro category.
Well, I don't know why you was working your way up here if you saw, but you were talking about Truitt and having a broke axle. Mitch Truitt just won the last race. He just won his vet class, so it'd be really cool to see if they can come out here and go back-to-back, father and son. How cool would that be?
Yeah, for sure. Had a chance to talk to the Bakers as well, Aliana, and of course Kane, and both of them had a really tough go in that first moto. Aliana broke something in the transmission. Kanan blew up a motor, so he'll actually be in a backup car here, a borrowed car, number 83, just to try to earn some points, and Aliana will come up there and try to scrap her way up through the field.
Wow, I was not in the knowledge of knowing that he blew a motor. I knew something was bad wrong when he was trying to finish all the laps. Some tough luck there, but like you said, fortunately they're allowed to get into a backup car.
Which button? What button? What button did you push for? He switched. We are going through our...
So these guys are lining up here 2 by 2. Looks like Pace Vehicle is out here. We're going to have to trade headset. Can't hear the producer at all.
So they are doing their sight lap right now.
This is me. Yes.
Will turn off here in just a moment. They'll take that green flag to get this race underway.
All right. I am pumped up. I was able to sit to the side and watch from trackside earlier, so I'll be watching from a little bit different view up here with you guys. And man, we've got a great sight right here, and this is going to be a pumped up race, and these guys are ready to rip as we come around, and we're about to see the green flag go flying.
And of course, side-by-side start here. We talked about that.
Here we go.
Green flag, it is on for everybody. You can pass everywhere. They're already 3 wide deep in the pack. Everybody's scrapping, looking for that spot. Side-by-side, they go up the hill.
Oh, Van Epperen trying to hold on to it as he was in the pole. He got it. He slipped in there. He has got to the inside. That's where you want to be coming down this downhill.
Boy, yeah, right there where Van Epperen is. He opens up that right-hander just a little bit and able to carry some good speed. He's got plenty of help though.
I'll tell you, this is where the most action starts on these races, is right here at the beginning. This turn that they're all going through, you see some sliding wide. They're in there 2 and 3 wide. It is insane how they're able to stay off each other right there, but some good, clean racing.
Van Epperen showing the muscle of that Yamaha, able to drive away from that RS just a little bit and secure that position. They were side side by side go.
Oh, we got some good action going right there, as you see it on your screen coming through that rhythm section.
Yes, that was the 84 right there. They just made contact. He almost went off into that side area there, the little creek as we're calling it.
Look at the shots from the drones following this pack. It is absolutely insane how close they're able to ride right on top. We feel like we're in a race car with them.
Big contact right there. Both cars able to save it. Continue on here. Side by side they go again. Van Eperen, he is your leader out front. It's like Barnes right there in second place.
And I can tell you, these guys have been working on these cars all year. This is the moment they've been waiting for, is to get out here to this round number 1 and see if what they built, if they have brought enough.
That's actually Chase Carr running in that second position behind Anthony.
All right, they're about to come around, and we're about to log all of our first laps right here.
Yes, the timing and scoring is up on our screen. We'll know exactly what their time is. Look at that. I think it's 138 is what he was saying.
All right, you're right. It's Van Eperen come across first, Carr in second, followed by Rimmerreed. Rimmerreed's got a good run going.
Yes, he does. He's been practicing a lot. He's been having a lot of track time. One of our Mid-American ambassadors as well.
Short back there to round out the top 5.
Oh, man, and some of them were coming across this jump you just saw on your screen. He was jumping a little bit with his front tires up, and his rears come down the back side of that jump. It looked a little wild, but he held on to it.
Yeah, damper set up, maybe have a run on the throttle, get off of it. One of them with a broken rear end, just going off the track, towards the back of the pack.
Going through that rhythm section right there is definitely...
As you can see them coming at the screen right now, the way they're all coming through there, they're basically 2 wide over every jump, and they're absolutely blasting through this section.
Since we added this third headset, everything went away.
I'll give him mine until you want me to come back in.
We're doing the hat dance over here with headsets.
All right.
Try and keep things working here.
All right, as they come back around and cross it through there again, we have, oh, wow, we just had a big spin out right there.
So Van Eperen and Carr, first 2 there, and Rimreed, I should say, they're in third place. Holcomb and Truitt. We talked about Truitt coming back here, and looks like Van Beekem having a good run here as well. Has worked his way up just about into the top 5. He's running around there in 6th place.
Yeah,
Bale and then Baker, Kanan Baker in a borrowed car. We talked about that. The number 83, he's inside the top 10.
Well, you got to remember one thing about Baker coming that far up. He started dead last because he did trade cars. He had to start from the back.
Yeah, no doubt. Great point there.
All right, well, look at this. We've been watching this. The RS1 has come around Van Eperen.
How about that? I'm really shocked, too, to see that happen. I wonder if Van Eperen got up on the bike or made a mistake. He's certainly closing the gap here. That Yamaha's got great straight line speed.
Chase Carr is in the front right now, and he has been pushing hard, and he's been chopping at the bits, and he did get around him. So congratulations on him getting to the lead, but it's going to be a fight to hold on to it. So remember, this is a 5-lap race versus all the others that are 4.
Yeah, so first and second really close there, just separated by a couple of tenths of a second. Looks like about a half second between the two. And then a pretty good gap back to third place. And Rimreed, Holcomb, and Truitt.
All right, man, they are really getting after it. And we are on your leaders right now. Chase Carr 1, Van Eperen 2. Van Eperens, they have a legacy of racing in their family, as their dad raced for a long time, and now Owen's out here getting it done. And I am telling you, this is going to come right down to the finish. We got 2 laps remaining right now.
Yeah, Carr flexing some muscle. I mean, I really thought Van Eperen would be able to close up there once they got those things straightened out just a little bit, but he did not. Carr running a great line.
we've got a car out here. It's going to be on your screen hopefully in a minute, but the back tire is folded in. The radius rods are gone. He is dragging the back, but he is not checking up at all.
Final main, right?
Yeah, that's
you run
right.
it till it won't go anymore.
Run it till it won't go. Hope the tire holds on, but don't think that we ain't had people out here finish without tires, wheels, parts. Getting across that line is the only thing that matters after them and their team and their families have worked so hard to be here.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And our leader stretching it out just a little bit. Carr doing a great job.
Man, I'm telling you, you can see it right here on your screen. They still got several clusters all throughout this race course. We're talking a lot about the leaders, but don't get me wrong. They are battling for all positions out here at the same time. And you can see on your screen now as you got a cluster of 3 battling back through there.
Yeah, as we look down through the pile, I mean, you get back to about 7th, 8th, 9th place, and these guys are tied up pretty tight. So some good, vicious battles going on.
All right, we got .686 seconds separating Chase Carr in first and Van Eperen in second place. But right behind them is Rimmereed. He is right on their tail.
Aliana Baker back in there, and she's in a vicious battle as well. Hess just ahead of her.
Oh, we just lost the leader, just lost the back right rear tire. He's not stopping. Chase Carr is still going. We got to get that up here. Oh,
yeah,
he is pulling over.
What a shame.
Oh, man, he come off of the tabletop, Ken. I know you just turned around and look at the leaderboard. He flat landed it. I told you a minute ago the car was picking up in the front, and it landed only on the rear full gas, and it literally broke the hub clean off, and he lost a tire. It's out in the creek, but he was going to try to keep driving. He realized there's no way he can finish this race. So Van Eperen is running away with it right now.
Yeah, that's a shame, man. What a great race Carr had going. We'll see if Van Eperen can keep it together. Certainly a seasoned veteran, as you talked about before. Been running the Champ Series over there. His father a champ as well.
Yes, sir.
And on the radio with him, so I'm sure he will talk him back, tell him to take it easy on the car, save the parts and pieces, and still keep pace.
Yep, you're exactly right. So, you know, right now we already know that Carr is falling back more and more, but what that's going to do is allow Tyler Rimmereed moved into second place now. Man, this has been an exciting Pro NA main, and they are having a good time out there. We still got a fierce battle. You got Carsonville back there and Aliana Baker mixing up, and Kanan, you know, he's still in that Rimmel.
Yeah, Kanan trying to pick up some points, certainly intent on running the entire season.
All right, well, we just got our finish. Van Eperen has took it. Owen Van Eperen in first, and then you got Tyler Rimmereed that crossed in second, and we're going to see who else is coming up. We know that Carr is not going to be finishing in that 3-hole, unfortunately.
Carr, who had finished second in the first moto as well, had that good run going.
Oh, look here. My man Kyler Holcomb getting a spot on the podium. He got that Yamaha. He wrapped it up this week, and now it is white and red, looking good with his new colors for 2023. So congratulations. Looks like Van Beekum coming in fourth and Eddie Ensign in fifth. That is your top 5 right now. What a great race out there, and a lot of excitement there in those last couple laps.
Yeah, Van Beekum doing a great job picking his way up inside of the top 5 by the time that was all done, into fourth place after a tough Moto 1. Owen Van Eperen's going to win the overall in first and a first, so can't do any better than that.
We already gave you top 5, but in number 6, Kanan Baker. How about that? And the rental car coming in.
rental car, yeah.
Number 7, we got Nick Berman. Number 8, Colin Truitt. Number 9, Sean Hess. Number 10, Reese Harris. Number 11, Brock Lawson. Number 12, Ray Barnes. 13, Aliana Baker. 14, Carson Vale. 15, Lewis Nur. And 16, Chase Carr. 17, Chad Mayo. 18, Cross Kirkmeyer, and then Lake Edwards. Let's send it to Tiffany. She has got our winner.
Oh, and it's great to see you down here. I've been watching your career for probably 8 years now, and I love seeing you out here at Mid-America Outdoors. This is for round 1 for you. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling really good. I mean, we made the trip out here from Wisconsin, primarily race Champ Series, and we figured we'd go get some early season testing and come down to a great facility in Mid-America. Race went perfect. I mean, I was struggling, I'm not going to lie, down the straightaways. My car was fishtailing all over the place. I think we chose wrong on tires, but it's all good. We'll get it fixed for the next round, and I can't wait to come out swinging again. Huge shout out to everyone at Mid-America here. This facility is awesome. Everyone who puts this event on, all the money involved. Huge thanks to them guys, but I also want to thank my sponsor, everyone at Yamaha Racing. Steve, Donnie, Glenn, Jim. Glenn built a really nice engine for us in short notice of time, so shout out to him. Everyone at Power Sports 1, Balin Buildings, Turner Axles, Beyond Redline, Vance and Hines, I know I'm forgetting a lot of people. All my family is the first time I've done this since last year. So thank you everyone, and let's go back at it.
Well, and talking about that, Owen, I know you just mentioned the Champ Series and you wanted to come out here to get some extra testing. Well, you're going to be able to know what this track and course are going to look like for when we come back here in September when Champ comes down. We're going to do some stuff, and of course, we got the truck. So nice job coming out here. It's always great to have Owen Van Eperen and the Van Eperen family out here, and I love seeing you back out here with all of us. Back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, well, fantastic interview with your winner of the Pro NA and a great way to start his season.
Yeah, exactly right. I wonder if Owen will plan on running entire points here all season long, but great to have him out here to see where everybody else stands as well. So, as you mentioned before, a great run by Kanan Baker to come up there with that rental car, and Aliana scrapping her way back up in there. Robert Van Beekum with a great run as well from deep in the pack to pick his way up through there. So, yeah, some great racing in NA, Pro NA, as we would expect.
One thing that I like to see, too, is we had several people that raced in the expert class in Aliana and Carsonville, and some of those people moved up this year. This was their first Pro NA main, and I think they handled it very well, handled themselves well. No crashing out and all that stuff going on. So great job, and hats off to all the people that is progressing the way you should as you win your classes and have a great season, and you move to the next class, and now you're up here in the pros, and there's going to be a little bit of learning curve, but they're going to get there.
Well, I mean, they got the foundation, right? I mean, they're not surprised. You know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So, that pecking order, that ladder, as you talk about, certainly pays dividends.
All right, we have got our next one. It's going to be Amateur Turbo. Amateur Turbo. Let's see what we got going on. Number 26, we got Justice Schmeider, Stephen Mokel, Randy Boiter, Kevin Hall, Reese Fullman, Ariel Borowski, Chris Donald, Jace Chilson, Brittany Crisco, and Jeff Gorsh, Charlie Stewart, Rich Rabby, Hank Hall, and Sean Murphy.
Yeah, bringing out our Amateur Turbo here, and of course the young guns you were just talking about, this ladder, if you will, the people that need to come up through here and learn how the game is played, get that racecraft honed in on. The cars make a ton of power, though. We talked about that earlier in the day. They're exactly the same as the Pro Turbos, depending on the build inside of it, but they certainly can have as much steam if they decided to build a car that way, and, of course, they've got to get used to that wicked power.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that people don't account for is what you just said. It's basically the same car. It's how you drive it and your skill sets. But don't think for 1 second we don't come out here time and time again and see somebody in an amateur class that's just naturally not scared or gifted and just be blasting through the pack. But what they got to learn is how to hold the car together. That is the learning curve that separates an amateur from a pro.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, I mean, you can sail over one of these tabletops and flat land that thing and tear it up. You can hurt your back. You can hurt yourself. So. Right, coming around here on their Recon Lamb, their sight lap, and we'll turn them loose here once again. Pace car will pull off out of the way. That has happened.
Yep, and it's about to be all-go action in just a couple seconds.
Hand that field over to Justice Schmeider. Schmeider stands on the throttle. Here we go, and a great hole shot for Schmeider.
Johnny K. Power Sports, I believe, was on the side of that rig, which is a great race team out here.
Man, he drove right away. He's already put 3-4 car lengths on the rest of the field. Real soft spot right there where they dip that right rear end.
Yeah, you can see it on your screen as the cars come across. You can feel like they're all in an ocean wave. They pick up all at the same time, and it's a rut that's just been created throughout the day, and it just gets a little deeper and a little deeper, but everybody's handling it well. Let's make sure everybody gets through this first right-hand turn.
Yeah, and everybody down through there nice and clean. That's what you want to see, especially with this amateur class. It's really about seat time. 3 wide down through here, by the way. That's always exciting, especially in the amateur class.
And I'll tell you one thing you can't realize maybe at home from these jumps, but it narrows down maybe about 8 foot right when those jumps start. You can see some going off through the – whoa! We just got to roll over. Let's make sure everybody's safe right there. But, you know, with that being said, the recovery crews will respond. We have a lot of safety rules that keeps everybody safe out here, and we've had no injuries so far today.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sketchy moment there through the unrhythm section, if you want to call it that. Got it sideways and finally took a bite and flipped it over. Still rolling along, which is great news. Actually just stood back in the throttle, so I think everything is okay. They just needed to straighten the helmet back out.
I think so. So as you can see right here, we have got a shot at the back stretch as they're all ripping across through there. Everybody's still pretty tight right now on this first lap.
Yeah, the first lap, it is very tight.
right, they're coming.
We
across
talked
the
about
jump.
Schmeider getting that great start, but all of a sudden he's got some company. No question about it.
Yeah,
Have to scrap hard the rest of this race.
I'm looking as we're about to start seeing all of our times come across right there, and the Johnny K car is out front right now. You can see that.
I mean, it
on
looks
the
like
one there,
Stephen
38.
Meckel, who started off in the 9th position, has worked his way up into 2nd.
What a fantastic drive, and I think he was the one who took the outside at the beginning and went all
Had
the
a
way
big
around
run?
the pack. He had a big run.
Yeah, we can confirm if that's 4:17, and it sure enough is on the Razor. By the way, the only Razor in the field.
Yeah.
Worked his way up into 2nd, but now has lost a lot of ground.
Well, I can tell you that, as we get in a little bit further into these laps, you're going to start seeing who has really done some homework on where they're sticking those lines, because is what we expect in an amateur class is you're learning those things. You're learning how to stick inside out, how you're making moves, and how you race around people and keep it safe. That is part of the learn.
Yeah, sorting their way through there. I mean, the track is wide enough for 2 cars to go side by side and have a little extra room, but there's certainly no room for a big error.
Well, we saw when they tried to go 3 wide, like we talked about,
Yeah,
there was a rollover as soon as you spotted it.
And there was no room left in.
The moment you spotted it, you saw it.
Our leader's starting to drive away now, and we mentioned this in the first moto. It's about stringing together laps, right? And that's what you do in this amateur class. You'll see somebody put together a great lap, but then make a mistake on the next lap, and you've got to be able to put 4 or 5 laps together. That really separates the amateurs from the experts to the pros.
Well, one thing that we just talked about right before we left, I said that sometimes you're not afraid. You see this one guy just charging, and we've got that guy. He's actually out front. But how many times I've stood right here and been praising someone and a belt break or a tire pop. Anything could happen, and that's what you just never know. That's racing.
That is exactly right, and I hope you can get through all of those things and stay out of trouble as well.
Well, that's
doing
why
a
these
good
people
job down that
are
hill.
always looking for the best of the best parts, the best tire manufacturers, the best belt companies, the best clutch setup, the best tune, to try to have that longevity and that consistency, which you said, that's how you string together a race, and that's how you win a championship.
191, that is Charlie Stewart. Did not finish in the first moto earlier today, but doing a nice job. Has worked his way up into 3rd place after starting off on the outside of the 5th row. On the inside of the 6th row in the 11th position.
Well, I can tell you right there, it looks like Boyer in 4th, but we got Hall in 5th. Right there. Great job by all these racers out here. Looks like we got a couple laps to go. I got this one and one more. And this will be one more.
Yeah, keeping your composure, that's another thing to learn. You got to learn how to win, right? I mean, even when you're out front, you can drive too hard, you can make that mistake. You just pull back a little bit, drive that thing at 85, 90%, keep your equipment together, hit your marks, and bring that thing home. It's a lot easier said than done.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the off-track stuff. A good spotter can make all the difference.
Oh, no question. And keeping that driver calm.
Keeping them calm, letting them know you got one on your right or one on your left, or, hey, you're half a track ahead, don't blow a belt. All those things are game changers when it comes to finishing out the race day. All right, we've seen some lap times right here. 141 by your leader. About 8 seconds between your leader and second place right now.
Yeah, and to put that in perspective for the fans as we talk about this amateur turbo class, you take a look at the pro class, and then Kyle Chaney put a 133 on the board. So that's how much time is left inside of these cars. You mentioned it before, a skill set. So a skill set, a setup in the car, how much power the car makes. These are basically, it's the same platform. So it's just all about getting out here and putting all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Well, there's no doubt about it. All these people that you see on your screen today, one solid race season out here and a lot of learning and a lot of work and a lot of planning. These guys could go pro in a year or two easily.
Yeah.
It's all about seat time. It's all about how hard you push and how fast you're willing to learn. And, sometimes you got to get in there and you got to work with successful race teams and see if you can get some tips and tricks or maybe the parts they're using. And, that's what it's all about, is building a network and relationship out here, just like anything else in life.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, a lot of work. You just got to keep scrapping. We were watching Corey Willis, a handful of years ago, and he was not a front runner. Now he's picking his way and battling with the absolute best out there in the Pro Turbos. So,
well, not only that, he's not just one of the best. People are coming to him so they can be the best. They're going to him for help.
Yeah.
So he went from needing the help to giving the help.
He's exactly right. The Schmider once again still out front with a hefty lead at this point.
Well, I can tell you this right here. It has been a great race out here, and 4 amateur classes. A lot of times when we get these mains, I feel like, especially at the beginning of the season, we see them get a little excited, and we normally have a little bit of action. We had a little bit, but not nearly as much as what we've seen in the past. So we've said it. I just want to keep praising everybody. Great racing out here. Clean fun. Something, if you want to get into racing, we're the place you want to be. Come on out here.
Got a good battle here to the line. A little bit deeper in the pack is what it's all about. 85 car, the 46 car, 735, all 3 of them.
Yes, sir.
Digging down through the 735 is Ariel.
All righty. So you've got your top 5 right there, and it looks like Hall.
Yeah, Kevin Hall, Ariel Borowski, and Byarski, and she did a great job as well. So everybody's scrapping right to the very end, and this amateur class can have a pretty big variation in talent as they get a little bit better. And we take a look at this final lineup. Congratulations to Justice Schmider, great job there, and Stephen Woeckel finishing up in second place. Charlie Stewart inside of the top 3 there. Randy Boyder and Kevin Hall to round out your top 5. So good battle there as we saw that 5th, 6th, 7th battle come across the stripe, and that's what it's all about. And they learn and they get better and better and better as we take a look at the rest of the players inside of the category.
All right, well, a lot of new names on that one as well, and that's what we expect to see at the beginning of the season. And I can tell you, all of these people, it looks like just a blast out there. I'm jealous. I'm a little bit jealous. Wish we were out there in the car.
Get out there and throw it down. So, and once again, Tiffany doing a great job there as Justice Schmider finished up first in the moto and first in the main.
Well, great work by everybody there. We've got a few more classes to go, and we're ready to send this to Tiffany.
Ready, Justice? Justice, nice job. We are still getting official results, but unofficially, you are overall the top finisher. It is so good to see you down here. Last year, you only raced the last 2 rounds, took 4th and 5th. Coming here for the full 2023 season, taking that top spot. Obviously, that's a great way to start out. What are you feeling like right now?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I came here last year, just started out 2 different cars. Now we got 1 car fully dialed in, and I'm feeling good.
And talking about that, with this being said, the track changed a little bit from what you saw last year. We added a few things. Overall, it is coming out nicely. How are you feeling overall for the entire weekend, though?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I came out the last heat first, and track's good. Loving it out here.
Who would you like to thank?
Big shout out to Michael Byarski. He's a big help with this stuff.
Wonderful. Well, it's nice to have you here for the full season. It's great when you get the bug from last season. Come out here, you see what it's all about, and you want to take on the full season. Love seeing that Justice is out here. Big congratulations, and back up to you guys in the booth.
Great job. Thanks a lot, Tiffany. Awesome job there to our winner as well, as he hones his craft and gets better and better. We wish him the best of luck. So we will take a quick break here. We have Expert Turbo lining up, a very large class, and we'll run the top 16 of them whenever we come back. Stay with us here at Mid-America Outdoors.
ready for any challenge. Maxxis tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Maxxis tires. Tread victoriously.
Get it, boys.
When it comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust: Double E Racing.
Double E Racing. We help build champions.
No matter what, it's never an easy event, and it never will be, and that's what makes King of the Hammers King of the Hammers. Tire choice is everything. I mean, to have a tire that's reliable and consistent and drives well out in the desert, but yet when we get to these crazy rock sections, still has grip and performs, and we can hit these sharp, jagged edge rocks and not have a problem, is what we need. And the Rockzilla is definitely our second to none when it comes to the UTV tires. It just speaks traction. It's got big lugs hanging off the side. It's got big lugs down the side of the sidewall of the tire. If you're gonna look for something that makes traction and is gonna grip in rocks and dirt and everything, you look at a Rockzilla and go, man, that thing looks like it's gonna do the job right there.
And welcome back to the St. Patrick's Day Spring Breakout. We're here at MAO, Ken Stout. We have Matt Edmondson right alongside that is Pam Hall. We're excited to be here. Just a beautiful day out here. It is brisk. It's been cold all day long, but that means big horsepower's in
That's
the air, right? Good grip on the track. We've had some great racing. The track has really held up after the monsoon we had on Thursday, but exciting racing as we come down to our main events here.
Yeah, I'm pumped for this. This Expert Turbo that's coming up next is it's going to be a solid race. We saw some guys throw some really fast lap times in the heat races earlier, so I'm excited for this one. See what Austin Dinger can do. We featured him earlier in the interview, and earlier he turned in a extreme heater lap time out there. I think he ran a 1:36.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely been a great day of racing. Fast lap times being thrown down, but like you said, the cooler weather, we're going to have great motors, great engines, I should say.
He actually did throw down a heater. You were right. He went a 134.8. His average was a 136.
That's right.
So that's really putting one together there. I mean, when you think about Cheney went out there, went a 33. There's a lot of 34s in the Pro Turbo class. So for him to throw down a 34.8, some people in the Expert Turbo class are probably looking at him and saying, dude, you might want to go on up a level.
Yeah, he had that discussion quite a bit in the off season. Him and Austin Braden, a few other guys were going to move up. They decided to hold it back this year, and it looks like Dinger's going to be the one to beat in Expert Turbo. We'll see. You know, Willis is also, he was in a different heat in that earlier, but Willis and him have battled a lot in some other races, so I'm excited to see where they stack up.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to watch them throw down this huge class. I mean, nearly 30 cars.
Yeah, I think it's the most we've ever had in an Expert Turbo class.
It has definitely grown. This whole entire sport's growing, and to see that many, to have 2 different heats earlier, and to have that many vehicles out here racing, it's amazing. It goes to show you what Mid-America is doing.
Yeah, they're doing it right, that's for sure. And like we've talked about throughout the whole day, there's so many new faces and so many people here that have, you know, seen this on live feed, heard from other racers that have been here, and now they're here. The field, you know, we see it in Pro Turbo. Look at who we've got. We've got the Miller brothers here. We've got Kyle Chaney. We've got all these new drivers that are here this year. It's just going to be an epic 2023 race season here with everybody that's showing up. And everybody at home that's watching, we thank you guys so much for spreading all the good words and telling everybody about joining the live feed and people that have been here and what you share on social media, because you're the ones helping us get the word out there and get more people here.
Hundreds and hundreds of motorhome spots here. If you want to come out and spend a weekend with us, we'd love to have you. We've got a great season coming up. Our next stop is actually going to be at Wheatland, Missouri. We'll have the trucks will join us for the first time, so we look forward to that one as well. And then we come back here Memorial Day weekend for the Visions weekend. It will be huge. It always is. Make plans for it. Come on out here. Bring your camper. Bring your motorhome. There's plenty of space for everybody. And if you get to this complex and you take a look at the pool and you take a look at the live entertainment, the restaurants that are here, the bars that are here, there's something here for everybody.
Everybody.
Full family atmosphere. I mean, you just have a blast for a 4 or 5 day weekend.
Exactly, and if you don't side-by-side race and you pit bike race, we have that for you too.
If you don't side-by-side or pit bike race and you want to race RC cars, guess what? We're having a huge RC race.
And if none of that works out for you and you like the Barbie cars, well, you can go down the slide.
Yeah, let's do this one more time too. If you like rodeo and you don't do any of the motorsport stuff, you got the rodeo on Visions Week.
Right, so I mean, it's just crazy everything that goes on here for sure. It's an amazing complex and just outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if you got the time, it's in your plans, put it in your plans, and we'd love to see you out here.
Yeah, come hang out with us. We have a good time for sure. And while we're getting ready for this next race, I see some drivers coming down. We got a lot of them. This is going to be another one of those rolling starts in the main. So this is going to be an exciting rolling start. This will be the biggest rolling start we've had here at the park. So
if I understand it correctly, at least in the drivers' meeting, they were going to take the top 16.
Yep.
So we should have a 16-car race here.
So we'll have a B main.
And then we'll have a B main for the Expert Turbo.
Yep.
And you're saying how they're going a rolling start. It's really awesome that they're doing that this year, because last year it was everybody at once. I like the rolling start, the 2x2, you know, stacking the field. To me, I think that's like, you know, you already have a little bit of momentum going, and then we don't have that rush to get into that turn that we have back here behind us, that hairpin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing that we're about 30 seconds away from getting this Expert Turbo action going. They got them lined up down there. I see TW on the starting line.
Love the track, man. The track really holding up nicely. Some ruts that would develop, and that's what you would expect. It's off-road racing. It's all part of the fun. But generally speaking, the track looks awesome.
Starting grid is up right there. So in this Expert Turbo, we're going to have Jacob Frederick, Ryan Lewis, Christopher Adelot, Dan Hill, Jeremy Barton, Joel Smith, Kendra Hoops, Rusty Pipes, John Calligrew, Blake Helms, Derek Stephen, and Kyle Arcanow.
That's a great lineup right there.
It's a big one.
Now, Kyle, I don't recall, I'm not sure exactly what happened with him, but I didn't see his lap time earlier whenever they were out on their heat race. I'm not sure if he had an issue or what, but I did not recall seeing him out on course for that one. But, of course, that could be why he's starting in the back as well.
Well, he must have had a good time because he is in the A main.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
He's up there in this round, so that's going to put him doing well in his first heat race for sure. And there you can see.
I'm kind of questioning a little bit. Where's Austin Dinger?
Austin Dinger, right? It should be right there in the front, that yellow car.
It should be on the pole, right?
Yep. I believe that's him right there. We can't make it out really yet, but I believe that inside car right there is going to be that yellow Dinger Excavation Team 360 racing car.
Pulling them out here for the recon lap, the sight lap, if you will. Get everybody paired up. And I'm wondering if this might be the B main.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the B main. I'm looking at the numbers and trying to see some.
If that is Joel Smith, would be the 17th car, I believe, first one out, if in fact this is the B main. and certainly not 16 cars out there. So yeah, I would say this is our B main in the Expert Turbo category.
Which would make sense to run.
This is B main. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, we just had so many vehicles out here, and they determined this during the drivers' meeting. This is pretty much the format that they take here, and there are unfortunately a number of these drivers, actually 6 drivers, did not finish, or a couple did not start. So unfortunately for them, just didn't have a good start to the weekend. But they'll still get out here, get some seat time, get some data now, and get ready for round number 2.
Because you do have one race you can drop throughout the year. So
that's a great point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this can be the race that if it's not their race, they can drop it. Hopefully they don't have any other bad races or any worse finishes, but getting out here, getting some seat time, getting those points that they can get for sure, because if they do end up having a worse race, got the one drop.
Yep. And we talk strategy all the time. In the drivers meeting yesterday, we reminded everybody that if you register and show up at every race and you're here on property, at the end of the season you will get a bonus as far as points go if you did that at every single race. And it doesn't matter if you raced the main. If you showed up and had a wreck in your heat race but didn't get to race the main, you were here that day, so you are collecting points.
Yes, and I believe it's 10 points.
10 points, yep.
Points.
Pace car is off. We're ready to turn the B main competitors loose.
There they go.
It is the 222 that's going to lead everybody to the stripe, and that is Jacob Frederick.
And Ryan Lewis is in that second position.
I had Jacob inside of the top 16, but obviously time and scoring put him back there in the B main. Picking her way back down to the bottom of that hill.
Already there's dust on that hill. We were talking earlier about how the track is pristine and the water trucks are coming out, but they stay on top of the track.
It's pretty impressive, though, that we made it all the way almost to the end of the running order today before we're seeing any sort of major dust on the track. I mean, these guys, track crew, done a great job getting everything ready, but they haven't really had to do a lot of watering or anything today. We got a lot of moisture this week, and like Ken said, the track has been primo all day.
Yeah, Mother Nature really helped out with that on Thursday.
Frederick's still charging up there.
Thank goodness it was Thursday and not yesterday.
Yeah, it would have made it a little bit different.
It was a little soupy mess out there.
Yeah, it would have really changed things up here today as well. So at least we had a day to let this thing dry out a little bit as they start to string out here.
Frederick flying that car pretty flat right there, coming in the Ultimax tabletop.
Now that tabletop on the rear, on the back side of the track, my understanding, that's staying. That's not getting changed.
I do understand that as well. I think anything is possible at this point with the growth of what we're doing at the park for this year and for the years to come. But I am really excited. I know there's some more changes coming to the track. I think everybody that comes out here and races is going to be extremely happy with the changes. It's just making it more fun, more competitive, a little bit faster of a track, like in the back section now where they've kind of straightened out that uphill right after the step up.
Yes. Every single person that has been interviewed today has said this track is so much fun, a lot faster, and they're loving the track.
I will tell you, I do kind of miss the Talladega turn at the top. That was a good one.
That was a very competitive turn. That's where you'd see if drivers are door and door, it's very competitive right there.
That's right.
And the little step up, or past the step up, the other like off camper jump, that too was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I kind of missed that. I didn't get a chance to see that.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch
Frederick, Adelot, and Arcanau, 1, 2, and 3 on the track. There's Lewis, and there's Mid-America Ambassador Kendra Hoop running in the 5th spot in Expert Turbo.
Yeah, that's a great point there. And Kyle Arcanau did not start in the moto, so first time being out on the track, doing a good job.
Heck of a competitor. He had a great year last year here racing. Expect nothing less from him for sure.
I believe he got second in points last year overall.
Yep. So there you see your 1, 2, and 3 battle on the screen right there. That's Jacob Frederick, Christopher Adelot, and Kyle Arcanau, 1, 2, and 3. This is your Expert Turbo main event.
And Kyle stepping up into this class from last year in the
B main event, I should say.
Yeah, B main in their main event.
Yeah, B main in the main.
Yeah, they're earning points. It's still a very important race for them. They're chasing points. And as Pam had mentioned, if this isn't their worst race, they want to do as good as they can possibly do right here as well.
Looks like we got a move trying to be made on the inside right there. Adelot's going to try to get around Frederick, is he able to do it? Side by side, headed up to the MRT finish line. I think he did.
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, really.
Yeah, nice smooth move. He's out in front now, and he's charging up the hill. There you see the Barbie Jeep downhill. Oh, Arcanal.
Yeah, Kyle Arcanal.
So we had our little scoring hiccup there. Remember, if we say anything up here, it's unofficial.
Now, Kyle's car's a little different. Did he get a new car this year? Do you know?
Kyle Arcanal?
Yeah.
I believe he did. I think I followed that on social media, that they did either a new car or made some big changes. He's looking really good. Look at there. There's my man Rusty Pipes in 6th position. Looks like somehow he has gotten up in front of Kendra Hoop.
He's not in the...
Great view right there of the race course from our drone pilots. We have some amazing drone pilots out here showing you guys what we have. Doesn't give any justice though for how tall some of these hills are that they're going over and how long those tabletops are.
Yeah, we talk about the elevation out here. It's such a cool place. Just all the hills and the changes and all the different terrain that you can race out here at Mid-America Outdoors, whether you're doing short course or Ultra 4 or whatever it is out here. They pretty much have terrain for everything. You know, this year I know we're going to bring in some motorcycle racing out here as well. Do some hard enduros and things like that. It's going to be really exciting.
It's just growing out here, everything.
Yeah, I heard these guys are going to build an oval track as well for micro racing and possibly some midget racing. So definitely some big plans. Obviously the Travis Pastrana news.
Huge.
They're going to build there as well as a white flag comes out. 1 lap yet to go here. Arcanau doing a great job. Took his way up around the leader and Frederick. We've been delivered coffee, so that's a plus.
Yeah, we have.
On a brisk day.
It's kind of nice having coffee service up here, coffee delivery. You guys, it's cold out here. What did you say? It says 35 degrees, I believe, outside.
Yeah, Rusty Pipe picking his way up into the top 5 now. He is currently 4th.
Rusty Pipe's a true competitor. I wonder if Rusty's got his passenger in there with him again. Rusty, last couple of years, Ken, Rusty has always had his wife with him in the car.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
All these races?
A lot of the races he brings,
The vet 40 plus, he did a great job. He had a great run out there in the first moto. Obviously had some issues here this morning.
Great racing right now by Kyle Arcanau. He's showing us how to get it done out there in the lead. 140 looking like his fastest lap right now on the track. Or the last lap.
I did tell Ken that he needs to stop by Rusty and Lee's pit. It's always a good time.
You know, if Ken doesn't know yet, Joey and I have aliases, and they were sort of inspired by Rusty Pipe. So I am Flowmaster, and Joey is, what is he? Straight Pipe. That's right, Flowmaster and Straight Pipe.
Kyle there on
good stuff,
right
fun
there.
stuff.
On the pipe, getting that checkered flag is Mr. Kyle Arcanau.
Heading up the hill, looking nice. Kyle Arcanau. There's Frederick coming through.
Jacob Frederick, correct?
All right, coming around the finish line. Not enough room for Rusty to make up any more ground, but it looks like Blake Helms in the 3rd spot. Rusty Pipes in the 4th spot. And big shout out to Kendra Hoop, Mid-America Outdoors Ambassador, in the 5th spot. That shows you right there the ladies are getting out there and showing these men how to do it in Expert Turbo. I've had a few seasons to call Kendra's races though, so I already know she is extremely fast, a great competitor, great sportsman. She has mastered her racecraft so far out here, and she does a great job.
Well, and she's turning around and going right back out again because the women's turbo is coming up next.
She's busy.
Busy lady.
That's some good seat time right before you get back in the middle of that race. Right?
Yeah.
You're already
She'll
warmed
be ready
up.
to go, yeah.
Car's already warm, everything. There's nothing like getting out in a warm seat, warm race car, ready to get back out on track. The track won't
She'll have a little bit of time here. We still have to run the A main for the,
Oh, that's
the Expert
right.
Turbos.
Oh, that's right.
I totally
enough time for her
forgot.
to get a drink of water and put the helmet back on.
I think I might stay in my car, stay all cozy and warm.
Final results there in front of you on our MAO Expert Turbo category. Side-by-side championship series round number 1 here for 2023, off and running.
What a day.
So once again, sun's starting to set here, and the temperature is setting right along with it here at Mid-America Outdoors. Looking forward to this. Tiffany's going to catch up with our winner here of the B-Main, but a good points day nonetheless, making the best out of it you possibly can, and take that and go forward, see how the rest of the season treats you. And once again, we will get it down to Tiffany. Tiffany doing a great job all day long.
Okay. 5-4. Congratulations to you, Jacob. We've been talking about this. This is actually your rookie season for Expert NA, or Expert Turbo. I'm sorry about that. Expert Turbo. You did jump up. With that being said, how are you feeling right now, coming with an unofficial overall?
I had no idea that I finished first overall. I'm pumped up. I've been waiting for this for about 7 years. I used to race woods. Johnny K's Power Sports decided to give me a chance. They helped build a car, our team back home. I mean, we put in endless hours in the last 3 weeks to get here, and I'm so excited right now.
Well, and talking about that, it's a little chilly, so obviously that's a lot of horsepower that's going out there. This is a little bit longer track than what we've seen in the past for other tracks before. We've changed some stuff up. Now that you've got this, we always talk about winning breeds confidence. And with that being said, how confident now are you going into the 2023 season, especially for this being your rookie season in this particular class?
I'm going to remain humble, but the confidence level is up. I knew I could drive with these guys. I took the right steps and had the right mentors to lead me into the right classes. And now that we're racing Expert Turbo, it gives me a chance to really push and try to win this series. And then, the plan is to try to keep moving up.
Well, who would you like to thank right now?
I'd like to thank our whole team at Johnny K's Power Sports back home in Ohio. The whole team, from our techs to the office girls, our sales personnel, everyone really came together in the last 3 weeks to build all of our cars that are here this weekend. I want to thank Evolution Power Sports, CA Technologies. We got HCR Suspension on board with us. 911 Fab for building me a heck of a car. They did a lot of our fab work. Hoosier Tire. And I'd like to thank Tim Farr. He's running with us this year, and he's given me a lot of advice.
Wonderful. Well, nice job. Thank you so much for chatting. Back up to you guys in the booth.
And here's a look at the starting grid. This will be the A-Main for the Expert Turbo category. Austin Dinger, as we were talking about him, doing a great job. Did an awesome job in the first moto. We'll start off on the pole here. Grant Stephen right alongside Michael Green and Will Harris in row number 2. Lee Knowles and Mickey Schroeder in row number 3. Chase Kemp and Cooper Stewart in row 4. The Lady Breek Seek and Jason Roper back there in row number 5.
Matt Hecker and Donovan Willis in row number 6. In row number 8, we got Zach Veeder, Austin Braden. And in that last row, Richard Baird and Keewan Lawson.
And that will be our 16-car field, as they talked about in the drivers' meeting. Pace vehicle has rolled off. This is it, man. The hitters here in our Expert Turbo category.
And you can see
hand
right
it over
there,
to Dinger.
Austin Dinger is setting.
Waiting on that green. There it is right there. Dinger with a big jump on the inside right there. Let's see how far he can spread this out. We saw that lap time earlier. If he can do it again, this should be an easy race for him.
Yeah, Pam had brought it up before. If you can get out first, get that hole shot, get that clean air, stay out of that dust, it pays huge dividends.
A little bit different this time for him, though. We're going to see if Dinger can pull it off, because now he's got everybody stacked in together. So he's going to have to do some battling. Right now he's looking good. Got that new yellow Can-Am out there on rails.
Yeah, Grant Stephen right there in second place. He's starting to drive away from Grant just a little bit. We'll see how things settle in.
So we've got Dinger, Stevens, and Michael Green, 1, 2, and 3. Another person I want to keep an eye on is that number 4 car. That's Will Harris. We saw Will Harris out here earlier, and he was absolutely flying. Will has a great story with these cars. The last car he raced last year, he told us he bought it. It was a mud buggy, and then it turned into a short course car. Now he's in a new RS1 that he bought and rebuilt from basically nothing. And here it is today. He's been putting in some heaters. He's had a great race today. Will Harris running in that 4th position right now. There's Lee Knowles, Mid-America Outdoor Ambassador, also in that 5th spot.
You know what, a little fun thing about Will Harris, he always has a smile on his face no matter what. He's always a great person to be around, great person out on the track and in the pits. Good fun with him, and he's in multiple classes as well.
Only a couple of Polaris is inside of the field, and we just talked about Will Harris and Bree Seek as well, also in a Polaris. The rest of them were Can-Am, so they're out here fighting.
Yeah, we're watching that car right now that Austin Dinger's driving. That thing is set up right now, and it is ready to take a checkers. That car is super fast. There you see Dinger Excavation Team 360 on the roof.
Grant Stevens just had an issue before the finish line, was in a solid second place, has a mechanical now, is pulled off to the side.
That's such a bummer when you're running so good and then all of a sudden something happens, and that's where we were talking earlier. Sometimes it's belts and sometimes small things, but that's such a bummer he's already pulled off.
So there you got Michael Green moving up into that second spot. Look, there's Will Harris on the podium now in that third position.
And of course that created a huge gap for our leader, so Dinger way out front now by the better part of 5 seconds.
Yeah, Dinger turning in a 132.1 lap time. That is fast.
That is
Definitely checked out.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheney went a 33. That also tells us the track is getting faster.
It's getting better. They're picking up. The track's getting to its own right now, and these guys are going to pick up some time. So I expect to see Pro Turbos turning faster times than what we're seeing right here.
Green and Harris. Harris just a half second back, and then fourth place just another 4/10 back behind that. So that battle there for second is vicious right now.
If he lifts, he stay in it.
Such a cool spot for us to be up here. I'm sure you can hear it, Ken and Pam, but the spotters above us are literally working so hard right now to tell these guys where everything is.
Yeah, that is Schroeder back there in fourth place at just 3/10 off of Harris as they're battling there inside of those second, third, and fourth, all within less than a half second.
So Austin Dinger, Texas boy, right down the road from me in Fort Worth, Texas, driving for Team 360, leading the charge right now. Crown Off-Road Racing.
That lead he's got, and he has a commanding lead. I mean,
He does. He can't be bummed on this, and let's look and see. So we've got running down this order: Dinger, Green, Harris, your top three. Fourth is Schroeder. Fifth is Lee Knowles. Kempton sixth. Then you got Stewart in seventh, Roper in eighth, Willis in ninth. There's Bree Seek running in your 10th position. And not really sure what happened, but Austin Braden's a big contender out here, and he looks like he's a lap down. He may have had some car problems. It doesn't even actually look like he started.
I think I saw somebody earlier. Is that right up there on the hill? I did see somebody pull off right after they went on the hairpin turn.
Well, hopefully that wasn't Austin Braden. That's not how you want to start your season, but bad luck for him. He'll be back for sure at round 2.
Pretty sure Will Harris was able to take over second place just past the finish line as well. Looks like that RS1 is out in front of the other two Can-Ams.
I believe you're correct on that, Ken, right there. Looks like he is in front now.
Coming around right here, one more corner. He's going to hit the finish line is Austin Dinger. He is in a whole different zip code all by himself out front.
That's a way to put it for sure. He has such a lead.
Yeah, he has settled in for sure, ripping off some lap times, putting it on him. Of course, they're racing second, third, and fourth. They're all busy racing hard for position, separated by just a few tenths. White flag out.
Yep.
He's out there ripping off clean laps. He is dealing with lap traffic now, though.
Yeah, he is. It's slowing him down just a little bit. You can see it there. He turned to 137 just on that last lap. So slowed down just a little bit there.
The lapper almost crashed right in front of him, got up on the bike, was able to save it. Looks like Dinger will get underneath him here in this non-rhythm section, and the rest of the lap should be clean for him.
And once you have a lead like that and you're on your last lap, that's when you've got to think in your mind, just finish the lap. Just get to the finish line, get to the checkers.
I have a feeling knowing Austin Dinger right now, he's doing Talladega Nights quotes and yelling shake and bake right now.
But I always think, too, once you put that brain bucket on, when it's on, it's on. You don't think about anything but going fast.
Schroeder, I believe, just getting around there to get inside the top 3, was able to get around Green there in turn 4 or 5, that little complex there. We'll see if he can hang on to it. Still a vicious battle going on for second, third, and fourth.
Austin Dinger does not have too dirty of a car right there because he's been out front the majority of the time. Had a great side shot of him going over the tabletop on the back section.
couple more corners, and Dinger will take the win right here in your A main. Expert Turbo main event right here. There he is, the 88 Team 360, that yellow car looking good. Big congrats to Team 360 Crown Off-Road Racing Dinger excavation driver out of Fort Worth, Texas, Austin Dinger.
Second, third, and fourth right there. Will Harris trying to hang on. Mickey Schroeder all over the back bumper. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there, and Green will round out that group there for fourth. What a great battle there for second.
Man, look at that. I told you, Will Harris jumping all the way up there in that second spot. What a great drive for Will. Mickey Schroeder in that third spot.
See Lee Knowles right there. He was kind of doing a little bit of a bicycle. He's also one of our Mid-America ambassadors. That was a great race.
That was a really good race.
It's a good racer second.
Absolutely, yeah.
Austin, he just checked out.
Dinger said, I heard there's a race going on. Back behind.
Dinger, it looked like Dinger thought they were going to run out of food up there at the restaurant or something. He's trying to get done, get some supper.
Get someplace where he's warmer.
Yeah, that's right. He said his hands were cold.
You know what? I bet you they are freezing in the cars. I mean, the rest of them are probably pretty warm, but I bet you their hands are cold.
So there's your Expert Turbo race results, unofficial results right there. Austin Dinger, Will Harris, Mickey Schroeder 1, 2, and 3. Michael Green in the 4th spot. Cooper Stewart in the 5th spot. And there's Lee Knowles, Mid-America Outdoors Ambassador, Donovan Willis, Chase Kemp, Jason Roper, Bree Seek rounding out your top 10. And there you have Zach Veeder, Matt Hecker, Richard Baird, Kewan Lawson, Grant Stevens, and Austin Braden with no time. I'm not sure what happened there.
And once again, Tiffany Stone is down there with our winner, Austin Dinger. Take it away, Tiff.
Austin, I just want to giggle because you said I felt like that was the shortest race ever. This is a long track, but you seem to have dominated. You seem to be dialed in, have that confidence. How are you feeling overall? Because unofficially, you've taken that top spot.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I saw the checkered flag, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that's already over. That was super fast. But the car was absolutely fantastic today. We're able to get first place in Moto 1. The team, I mean, Crown Off-Road Racing, ARD has this car dialed. We switched to some new fuel this round. We're trying Boostane race fuel, clearly, make some power. So, but overall, I mean, I couldn't ask for a better day. It was a great track. I love the changes. So, super happy to be up here today.
Well, I know you've got a bunch of people you need to thank for helping you out with round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. So Crown Off-Road Racing for sponsoring us this year, letting us use their shop, ARD Motorsports for helping us at the track, UTV Race Shop for always bringing us the parts to the track, making my life super easy. We got Boostane Race Fuel, S3 Power Sports for an awesome car, and the Miller Brothers Racing for helping us get to where we're at.
Awesome. Well, I know we're going to celebrate. We've got a great band tonight at the shop. We've got also the podium and awards that you will be taking home some hardware. Nice job. Way to kick off the 2023 season. And back up to you guys.
Man.
For sure, man. How about that?
That was good. That was good. I'm going to have to go ahead right now and just throw Austin under the bus, though, up here. He forgot one of his key sponsors. We'll talk about that later in the pits, Austin. So, Team 360, I don't know what happened. I guess that ugly yellow car didn't get no wrap on it, but got to give him a little bit of crap about that. I mean, I'm sure he's thinking about his dump truck right now, so he'll get home, get back to work. He'll figure it out. I'll make him a list. I'm going to write it on his forehead next round.
Hey, I saw a driver. It was a kid driver today. He was going over his sponsors, and they were
on his arm.
They were like put on his fire suit. I've never seen that before.
You just get him a little strip, put it on the dashboard of the car so he can look forward.
That would be a good thing, but no, it was like made into his fire suit, so it was printed on there. I thought that was pretty cool.
We decided last night for Carson Vale, when he gets to do any speeches, we're going to hold up like just big poster boards, like a teleprompter.
Oh, goodness
I'm always amazed at how well the kids do, to be honest with you, as the women's turbo class comes up here. So the reason we've started off all the cars in pairs side by side is during the drivers' meeting, any class with over 8 cars would start off two by two. And obviously here, just short of that, we have 7 cars here in the women's turbo category. So we'll start them off with the Land Rush, and we love the Land Rush starts.
The Land Rush start is a lot of fun, nerve-wracking all in one.
That's right.
As we were talking about earlier.
Morgan Vanover there on the pole. Alyssa Graham Ariel Blyarski, Brittany Dunn-Crisco, and they are racing already. Jennifer MAO, Marissa Smith, and Kendra Hoop, who did not finish the moto earlier today, hoping for a better finish here.
That is Brittany, I believe. That is Brittany in the second. No, that's Kendra Hoop in second position.
Kendra Hoop back out there again.
Go out and get that car done and get it dialed in and going again.
Yeah, we chatted about her, right, being there in that Expert Turbo B main, so got some seat time, took a little bit of a break during that A main, right back out here, ready to rip.
Women's Turbo action on the track right now. Coming up next, we got Vet Turbo, and then our feature race of the day, our final race of the day. And then we're going to get some awards going really quick.
And a heater.
And a heater.
All right, Ariel is out front there. We have Kendra Hoop second, and we have Marissa Smith in that third position, Graham fourth, Mayo fifth, Vanover sixth, and Brittany Dunn-Crisco is in that seventh position right now.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of work to do. Kendra Hoop, by the way, the 2021 champ in this category, finished up second of the points a year ago. So she's hoping to turn things around here after struggling, not able to finish that moto this morning. See how she does here. Marissa Smith, also a solid effort a year ago, finishing up third in the points.
Yes, and Kendra is in her brand new S3 Power Sports built vehicle, or
yeah, and you talked about some of the girls swapping cars there. Yes, one with a new car, and
Brittany's in her old
Brittany
car.
in the old car. And Brittany finished up on the podium, finished third in the moto. So great job in her rookie season.
You can see the sun is setting on the track. It kind of messes with you a little bit. That's where, you know, you might have some ruts in the track. You won't see it now that it's shaded by the trees. Changes it up just a little bit.
Definitely getting some shadows in certain sections right now. We're feeling these shadows up here in the announcer's booth, that's for sure.
Yep.
So if you hear my voice sounding kind of weird, it's because I'm shaking.
He's shivering. He's all shivering. Good times, though. The track, you can see a little bit of dust in some of the areas, but it's not a big deal. It's not a problem. It's just the way the track is going to go. We're not watering the track out in certain areas because it's pristine track conditions out there for sure. And that rhythm section, they're down there exiting it over there on the screen there.
Yeah, good point. I mean, there's one of those areas right there, as you can see from the camera, just a little bit darker on that side of the track. And it does change a lot. You're exactly right. The ruts are a little bit darker dirt and color, so yeah, they can disappear there with any sort of shade at all. Some passing going on, possibly a mechanical here.
Yeah, you got to think, too, some of these guys and girls that are racing up here, as they went through the earlier parts of the day with more sun, they may have had a tinted visor or something like that on their helmet. Now that we're getting into the later part of the day and shadows are starting to play, you know, a big effect in this race. If you have a tinted visor on, it can be really hard to see in some of these places back here. But hopefully everybody was kind of prepared for where we are in the day and this race order. So.
And you mentioned that. I actually had a conversation with Brittany about that yesterday, or it was actually this morning. She was talking about the sun going in her eyes, you know, in certain parts of the track, which it happens, but they make those visors that you can have on your UTVs that flip down that are sturdy and they won't get in your way. I was like, those are definitely good things to invest in. But yeah, the sun definitely becomes an issue too for some drivers if they have to take off their shaded visor.
Good battle going up the hill between a couple of the ladies.
I believe that is our 1 and 2.
Boy, and that hole coming out of that left-hander, I mean, you get all four of them inside of that hole, and it will definitely upset things, as the 917 of Kendra Hoop just found out.
Yeah, that was quite the kicker up there.
So Kendra Hoop trying to apply the pressure there. Blyarski there in first place. Ariel doing a wonderful job and now has gapped it out just a little bit. Hoop was right there close to her and then went through that hole. It upset the car and she lost a little bit of ground.
Wow, we just got some information from our scoring. They are 13 seconds ahead of everybody else. That is quite a lead.
Ariel laying down a lap of 147. However, Kendra Hoop right behind her, just a little bit quicker. I believe put a 145 on the board. Quickest lap of the race, of course. And she is still right there. She's closing the gap here once again. So it looks like she's a little bit better in the back half of the track. And you find that with some drivers. Just one part of the track will click better for them than another part.
Yeah, some people have the better.
Our leader has looks like he hit the barrier over there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You can see the safety crew. They're on top of it going that direction right now.
Yeah, it looks like that car might be up on top of the barrier.
And Kinder Hoop obviously taking over that spot there. But we have just a little bit time left on this race. We have 1 lap remaining.
Yeah, what a shame there. That was a great battle for the lead. They were only about half second away from each other, so.
Well, it looks like the
up and
on
over,
top of it. That's very unfortunate.
Doing a board grind. It's not a parking spot. We'll go back and see if we can find this replay here and see if we can find out what happened to Ariel. Oh, yeah, man. She really just came up over that hill. Looks like she was too far to the left and
What do they call
stuffed
that?
it right on top of the wall.
She was railing it. Isn't that what they call it in
Tough,
skateboarding?
yeah. Board grind.
grind. I'm not a skateboarder.
Neither do I. But, yeah, it was a tough go of it, man. What a shame, too. She was leading the race, doing a great job.
She was doing a great job for sure. I'm sorry, I just scrolled off there. I was like thinking that's what this place needs is a skateboard park.
Well, probably not far behind.
I can tell you that Gus probably heard that, and Gus is probably saying, Pam.
Stop. Just
Stop it.
Don't give him any ideas.
I already said, hey, we need a second pull here, and he looked at me and he said, no. No, this is awesome, though. Look at that view right there, but it's good that, that wasn't a major crash, that she's on, rubber side down. Unfortunately, she's on the barrier, but they'll be able to get her off, and we'll finish up this race.
Yeah, Kinder Hoop with a huge lead now, massive lead, just needs to keep this thing together. Bring it home.
That's Kinder Hoop right there on screen.
Yeah, what a great turnaround for her, too, because was not able to finish either one of her motos a little bit earlier today. So glad they got the car back together, whatever the issue was, got it finished up. White flag flying right there. No, I believe that was the checkered flag?
Checkered
flag. That is a checkered flag, so congratulations to Kinder Hoop. One of our MAO ambassadors as well will pick up a win here, round number 1.
And there's the pool right there. Obviously, it's closed.
Yeah, not much action over there today. You get your ice skates out.
Memorial Day weekend, I believe, is when that's going to be opening up. But yeah, the pool right there. They have the splash pad. You just wait, Ken. I know you've had a tour of the park and you've seen everything, but the pool is fun. It's fun. A lot of fun. The kids have fun.
I was here during Visions last year. I mean, that place was cranking. It was wide open for sure. A really hot day as we take a look at our women's turbo race results. And Kinder Hoop up top. Congratulations, Alyssa Graham and Morgan Vanover inside of the top 3 there, all on the podium. Jennifer Mayo and Ariel, of course, as we talked about before, was leading this race, doing a great job. Unfortunately, had a moment. Marissa Smith and Brittany Duncrisco will round out the 7.
What a great race. I love watching the ladies race, of course, because I wish I was out there with them, number 1. But it's always awesome to see when they have a women's class. And this class is just growing as well. So if you have a race car at home and you're thinking about wanting to come out here and race, I think you just need to finish building it and come on out. And right, next up we'll be having the VET 40 Plus Turbo main event. We should have 12 racers in that class.
2 races left on the day. We'll follow that VET 40 Turbo category up with the Pro Turbo category. And as we've been talking about all day long, just absolutely stacked. Incredible field of Pro Turbos. They can throw some laps down. So Tiffany Stone has been busy down there at the finish line, and once again has one of our finishers. Let's get it down there too, T. Stone.
Alisa, nice job. I was just chatting and you said, I was a little confused. This is my first time taking the overall, and I really am excited that you're here to chat with me. It's a little chilly, but how are you feeling right now?
Very cold, but excited.
And talking about being excited, how was the track out there for you? It's really coming in very, very nicely.
It was good. My car's landing a little bad on the front end, so it was a little rough, but pretty good overall.
Well, for landing a little rough, you still got that big smile on there. Who you like to thank for this weekend?
My parents, my grandparents, just friends and family, I guess.
Perfect. Well, we are still waiting for the official. So unofficially, you did take that, but we're still going to make sure that everything is okay. We're going to get her up there to the podium, and you're going to get some hardware no matter what. Nice job. Lots of racing still happening. Looking forward to these big ones coming up, and back up to you guys in the booth.
And once again, wonderful job there, Tiffany. A couple more of those as we continue on here. The Vet 40 is coming up here, the Vet 40 Plus, we should say. Pretty much they're 40-year-old or more inside of the turbo category, veterans, if you will. And we'll get them out here and let them throw down.
I heard all the people down in the fan zone earlier got a huge kick out of the fact that I referred to this as the dad race. So all the dads are out there. They're getting ready to do some work. They took their vitamins. They had their Metamucil. It's time to do work.
Oh, my goodness.
Main event action right here for your Vet Turbo. Trust me, they like us making jokes every once in a while. It keeps it light, you know.
But we have people in this race that have already raced all today as well. So like Rusty Pipes and Kevin Hall, they've already raced out earlier on in the the expert turbo class.
That's exactly right.
Or no, Kevin Hall is actually in the amateur.
Oh yeah, so you can run an amateur in a vet class for sure.
Yeah, we were discussing that earlier. Like, if you're moving up into a class, you can't
race down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we saw Rusty Pipes in the expert turbo category, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see him here as well.
Yep.
Comes back as the reigning champion inside of the Vet 40 Plus category. So Rusty getting some seat time out here today. We'll see how things shake out for him in this one.
Yeah, Rusty's gonna put some work in this vet class. He did really good here last year, and we'll see what he can do coming up in just a few seconds. There's Mike Buckafusco. He won his heat. He'll be sitting up there on the pole. So we'll see what he can do. Mike, part of the team out here that helps with all the racing, part of Billy Champion squad. Big shout out to Billy Champion and his crew. Aunt Jenny. Got to make sure we give everybody some love out here today. It takes a village of people to put on these amazing events out here, and we're so stoked that everybody's here to help.
So they're going to do some track maintenance out here, clean up a couple of spots, and while they're doing that, we're going to go pay some bills. We appreciate all of our sponsors out here. Stay with us. We'll go racing in just a moment. And once again, we are back here at MAO. Couple of races left here in the day. You can see him sitting back over there, the Vet 40 Plus category with the turbocharged version of that category, I should say. So other two partners here are trying to warm up real briefly. Pam, I don't think, has had a chance to eat anything all day long, so she's taking a bite. We'll get it back over here to the desk in just a couple of moments. While we do this, the sun's starting to set here, getting a little bit later on in the day. It's been a beautiful day here, albeit very, very cold, very brisk to get things off. Here in the spring. Once again, if you get a chance to come out here, and looks like the vets are rolling out here now, but if you get a chance to come out here a little bit later on in the summer, some amazing events that are going to go down here. Make sure you check out the schedule. Just go online, check out the website there at Mid-America Outdoors, and we'd love to see you here. Plenty. I mean, there's like 400, and I'm not making up the number. There's like the better part of 400 motorhome spots out here. Someone with a hookup, someone without. So there's something here for everybody, and a lot of it is paved. It's absolutely a gorgeous place.
The other really cool thing to add about that, too, is if you don't have a motorhome, guess what? We have cabins all over the property, whether they are fully wired plum cabins or dry cabins or whatever you need. We got it all.
It's like 80 or 90 of them, right?
Yeah, there's a ton. A very big number of places for us to house everybody when they come up here and make sure that everybody's comfortable when they're here for a race weekend. So, incredible facility, laundromat, shower houses, everything you can think of, you name it, we got it here.
So Rusty Pipes inside of this one. Jeff Johnson, Matt Hecker, Mike Bucafusco, Richard Baird, Chris Donald, Justin Moore, Michael Pritchard, Chad Smith, Kevin Hall, Sean Murphy, and Derek Stevens, all inside of this Vet 40 Turbo category.
Another fun class to watch. I love watching, what you guys were saying earlier, it's a dad class, right? That's what you said you call it. The kids are out there racing earlier on, and now the dads get to have fun.
Can-Ams, Yamahas, Polaris, all inside of this one. Like to see the different manufacturers in here and come out and do some battle. As once again they come around here, they will, because again the class has more than 8 cars in it, they'll start off side by side.
Have that
Pace vehicle is pulled off out of the way, and it's showtime.
And the pole setter is the one that maintains the pace.
Mike Bucafusco, there you see him right there. Part of the team out here too, and looks like he got a good jump. We'll see if he can hold on to this lead and see if he can bring home a main. It looks like he already lost it in the corner. He's going to make it back up going up the hill. Inside line.
Side by side they go, yeah. Way wide.
And there's that dip that you were talking about.
He's going to get some more company here. That number 47 leaning on him hard. That's Rusty Pipes looking for the lead here early on. Rusty trying to get around the outside. Looks like he's going to make the pass stick.
Rusty absolutely on the gas right now. He is charging. He wants to get this win in the main event.
I don't think he's ever not on the gas.
Looking pretty smooth right now out there, Rusty. Mike's going to have to do the chasing now. We'll see if he can do it, but Rusty is the man to beat on the track at the moment.
Yeah, grabbing that win there in the first moto a little bit earlier today in this category. So struggled in the expert turbo category. Unfortunately, did not finish, but did a great job here in this category and grabbed that win. So looking to double up here and get the overall.
And I believe that's Richard Baird right there. That is trailing behind Mike Bucafusco very closely.
Yeah, that's for second and third for sure, and then a little bit of gap. But 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all of them pretty much nose to tail.
Sorry, I was watching the screen there, and I believe that was Mike Bucafusco just nose dove just slightly, but stayed on the gas when all fours went down.
Yeah, Mike looks like he might have gotten a little out of sorts right there for a second and had to kind of get his bearings back about him. But he looks like he's got it together now. Rusty Pipes leading the charge. Mike Bucafusco still holding on to that second spot with Baird running in third right now.
Saw Mike's car land pretty hard off of one of those jumps there, so.
Yeah, he was up in the air and his nose was going down, and it just made him slap down on the rear end. But he is running in that second position.
Up and through turn number 2. Yeah, now has no pressure. I forget who that was. It was running there in third place, but unfortunately, I think they pulled off to the side, running up there too. Turn number 2.
Richard Baird was running in that position.
Was it Baird? Yeah, so Baird in a little bit of trouble, I think, when he went up there towards turn 2.
Yeah, down there stopped after that little bit of a muddy section.
Big shout out to the track crew. Our flagger went over there to check on that car, and I'm pretty sure he just took a roost when they got it going right there. So big shout out to the track crew. It's cold.
Perks of the job.
Yeah. It's a little bit cold, and there's some spots where it's dirty, and he just found them. So
he stayed clean all day long up there on that flag stand.
It's going to be a long day, but all the dirt you can eat.
It's been a great day. It's been a long day, but a great day. But it's gone by really fast. Working with a great crew like we've been doing all day long, I mean, I don't know where the time's gone.
Yeah, big shout out to Speed Sport crew. It's been a great day getting to announce with you, Pam and Ken and Tiffany and Scott and Joey and all of us that have been up here. It's been awesome. This has been a great first round of racing. I don't think I could have been any more pleased with what we got to see today for round number 1. If anything, it's given me more anxiety for round number 2 and 3 and all the rest of them this year. So
excited for round 2. Wheatland, Missouri?
Yeah, it's going to be cool. We're going to have a good time. I think there's a lot of people that'll be their first time to go there and race. I think they're all very, very excited for that.
Look at that battle going on. There's 4 of them going at it, going over that race line ridge.
Still has Baird there in third. We'll see as they go across the timing stripe, but that is Murphy that jumps up there. It is. So Murphy right there. So behind Buckafusco. We'll see if he can get it closed. Actually, a much quicker lap there down in the 146 range. So Buckafusco, once again, is going to have to really get up on the wheel here. We're just going to hang on to that second position.
So we do have Pipes first, Buckafusco second, Murphy third, Baird fourth, and Hecker is in that 5th position.
A little bit deeper in the pack. We talked about those guys battling back there 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I mean, all of them nose to tail, so a good battle going on back there.
Yeah, one of the coolest things about this track, Ken, we always remind everybody at home that's watching, don't ever give up on what you see out here on the track because a lot of things can happen in the last lap and the last few corners. That last corner is a big corner for passing. We'll see a lot of these drivers will push super hard on the final lap, and they do a lot of passing right there. For some reason, it just seems to work. Pam, I think you've seen it in the last couple of years, and everybody seems to tighten up right there before the finish line, and that usually produces a very, very entertaining final corner before the finish when they're running up to that MRT finish line.
Yes, we've seen a lot of action right there. We've seen a lot of people that actually spin out on the last lap. I mean, when you're getting that checkered flag and you're on it and you want to just get past it, sometimes it doesn't. But did you see him just fly over and make the pass in the air?
And I think that's a battle for 4th and 5th place, separated by just 2 or 3 tenths. You can see all but side by side.
I think that's actually Murphy. I think he just overtook Buckafusco for the 2nd position right now on the track.
In the air like that.
Yeah, he jumped right over him. So we're going to see right here in a second if that red car that comes around, yeah, that's actually Mike Buckafusco. So that's a 2nd and 3rd position change right there. Murphy moves up into the 2nd spot. White flag should be coming out. So this will be the last lap. That was a good timing on that pass. Get out there before the last lap and try to check out and create some distance between yourself.
Baird and Hecker back there in that 4th and 5th position. Again, they are separated by just half a second, so a good battle going on back there as well.
And it looks like Mike is actually checking up just a little bit. He's just running his own pace right now, but right behind him, there is a battle for 4th through 6th position.
Yeah, 4th, 5th, 6th, you're exactly right. I mean, really close to each other. 6th place just fell back a little bit. Had to check up to keep from hitting one of those barriers. But 4th and 5th are on it.
And that is Matt Hecker that is actually running in that 4th position.
So Murphy up there into 2nd place, as you talked about before, making that really cool pass in the back, jumping over him right there in the back and making it happen. And now a pretty big gap there between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but 4th and 5th and 6th, as Pam had mentioned before, very tight yet.
Murphy overtaking Buckafusco also bumps him back to number 2 overall for the day right there. So that is not what Buckafusco wanted to have happen, but a great drive for Murphy getting around him and getting up in that 2nd position. Rusty Pipes, he's all out there alone in no man's land just running his race.
It's that 1st position. If they get out front, it seems like all day long they have just checked out as soon as they get up front because they don't have the mud or the dust to deal with.
Rusty Pipes coming around here, I believe just a couple of corners away from tidying this one up.
There it is, checkered flag. Rusty Pipes. Well, actually, it looks like we're showing it something different. Let's see what happens on the screen there. Remember, whatever we say is unofficial.
Yeah, they've got Murphy up there in front of him. Checkered flag flying for sure.
So everything is unofficial, like you're saying, until we get all those official results. And Matt, I believe you'll be doing trophies later on, doing the award ceremony.
I am. Me and Joey will be up there immediately following this. It'll be live stream. Joey and I will be handing out some hardware, congratulating some of these men and women drivers out here today that have done so great, all the kids. It's been a great day of racing, and this is always fun. We like doing awards. We like giving out the hardware and seeing the smiles and seeing the hard work get its payoff. You know, they get their trophies, they go home, they got this huge confident booster, you know, rolling into round 2, and it's super cool to see. So we'll have a good time at awards, and you guys at home for the first time will get to see the award ceremony.
So my question to you, you have a little one. He just turned 4, correct?
Yes.
So I know he has those Power Wheels. Are you planning on putting him in a 170?
He's already got one.
Oh, so he's been practicing.
Yeah, he's already got one. I think we had some conversations this weekend. It may or may not make its way down to Tom St. Peter's for some things.
Oh, nice.
But we'll see what he does. He's super excited. He loves being here. He has such a ball here. This is definitely a huge playground for all the kids. I mean, kids come out here and they have so much fun. We do these events around Halloween and, you know, all the big holidays, and everything we do here ultimately is a great experience for adults, but we want the kids to have a good time. We tailor a lot of the activities to that. And yeah, no, it's awesome. This is a very family-friendly place, and it's not just about racing. It's about making memories with your whole entire family here while doing some racing.
And that's what I love about at Visions. We have the kids. There's a kids party. It's so much fun to have the kids party. But Ken.
So stay with us here. We've got another exciting race coming up. It'll be the biggest one of the day. Of course, the Pro Turbos are lining up. We'll have that when we come back. Stay with us.
When it comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust: Double E Racing.
Double E Racing. We help build champions.
And once again, we welcome you back to Mid-America Outdoors. And one race yet to go here this afternoon. Beautiful day, and we'll wrap things up here with the toughest category. Quite a lineup here in our Pro Turbo category. But Tiffany Stone has been very busy all day long. Put a lot of stuff that she recorded up a little bit earlier and caught up with Cody Martin in the process.
Thanks, guys. Down here with the expert turbo champ from 2022, Austin Braden. Austin, this year we've got an amazing season. What are you looking forward to?
I'm just looking for the get back in the car again. We've been out 6 months. I did a full rebuild on the car. Same car, but S3 just did a whole new chassis kind of build on there, but it was with the same thing. All new parts. We went from a 64 to a 72, and Jason's just making this place look incredible.
That's
It's
awesome.
growing every year.
Well, and talking about that, really, what do you want to see for the 2023 season? Of course, a repeat. You want to always get that back-to-back win. But really, what are you looking forward to?
Just to have fun. I mean, This is just a passion for all of us, and just going out and having fun and enjoying it. You grow a bigger family out here every year, so it just that really, go out and see if we can do it again.
And when he talks about that, he is absolutely correct. One time I had a little mishap with the battery and I started knocking on some doors and you came to help me, so thank you for that. This is going to be a great season, guys. Back up to you.
Thanks again, Tiffany. Of course, she had a chance to speak with a number of the players that will compete out here throughout the rest of the season. So we have a little bit of track maintenance going on to make sure that this place is ready to rock for the Pro Turbo category, and we'll get them all started when we come back. Stay with us.
Ready for any challenge. Maxxis tires can handle even the most punishing off-road conditions. Maxxis tires. Tread victoriously.
Get it, boys.
Holy shit.
When it comes to suspension tuning, there's only one name we trust. Double E Racing.
Double E Racing. We help build champions.
We are ready to throw down here at MAO. Final race of the day. It is Pro Turbo. Let's just read off a couple of the names here. Myself, Ken Stout, of course, joined here with Matt and Pam. Kyle Cheney, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, Kanan Baker, Corey Willis, Tim Farr, by the way. And we're talking about Kyle Cheney ripping off a 133.4. Tim Farr with the fastest lap of the first moto and a 132. Unbelievable effort there, 132.9. So if you're wondering if Tim Farr could keep up with these guys, shaking the rust off, I'd say he's pretty much there. But yeah, I mean, the list just goes on and on, all the way down through there. It is incredible. Not to mention our reigning champion, Scott Champion, down there in the 15th position. So unfortunately, things just did not go well for him in that first moto. But don't ever count him out. Certainly a ton of speed there. But this thing is stacked up.
It is big time. I mean, there's names on there that we still haven't even mentioned yet. Cody Martin, Cash LaCroix, Zach Beavers. I mean, you can just continue to go down that list, and it could be anybody's day. We're going to see it right now. Cody Martin, he was last year's runner-up to the championship right behind Scott Champion. And we're about to see some action. They're going to get this little lead lap with TW. And then guess what? It's Pro Turbo time.
Yeah, Cody Martin, the reigning champion from reigning the 2021 champion. So yeah, you're exactly right. Cars cleaned up, they're up there in the front. Johnny Holcher's made his way out here. Van Beekum, who's been running his entire career, he's got some 20-25 years of experience. Daniel Kelly, I mean, it's a stacked up field. 20 plus cars here in the Pro Turbo category to kick off the season. Absolutely incredible.
And Van Beekum, his son, won earlier on today.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he had a great day for sure.
Definitely a stacked field. I mean, look at that. We have how many cars out there? 24 cars out there in our Pro Turbo class. It's going to be, I mean, they're all exciting. All of our races are. I don't want to downgrade that, but this one right here, These are the boys that have been racing a long time. These are the pros. These are the pro turbo class, and it's going to be awesome to see, especially with the rolling start. I love how they do the rolling starts.
Well, I'm trying to make this out right here, but it looks like Cody Martin may be running in his car from last year. So I can't tell for sure. Cody has I can't tell from right now. I'm not sure. It's probably the same new car. A little bit of dirt on that car right now, but TW's peeling off, and we're about to go.
Cheney and Hunter Miller on the front row. It could get interesting here right off the bat. Neither one of them will give an inch. They are not afraid to go side by side all the way through here. Keep in mind, we talk about coming out of that turn at the top of the hill. There's a soft spot up there. There's a hole. Let's see how they get through it. Everybody on the gas. The green flag flies. It looks like Hunter had the better of the two starts. Up there on the outside, picking up that inside rear wheel. That's all it's got, all the grip it's got. That hole kicks Cheney back around. We'll see if that's actually the 91 car is out front. So Cheney doing a good job. That is Hunter Miller that it kicked around.
And then that is Kanan Baker in that third position, the young buck of Kanan Baker.
We're hearing that our champion from last year, Scott Champion's on the side of the track. It looks like he spun out at the start, did not get the start that he wanted right here in Pro Turbo at all.
Tough opening weekend for the reigning champ. They sail it down through that rhythm section, and everybody deals with that. Some 2-3 wide in a couple of areas there as they're scrapping already. The top two trying to check out there. Kanan Baker, we need to remind everybody, he's 15 years old. The kid can drive the wheels off of one of these things.
Youngest driver in the field right here. Kanan Baker is impressive for sure. Kyle Cheney.
He's young too.
Kyle Cheney leading the way right now. You got Hunter Miller running in second. There's Kanan Baker in third. There's Tim Farr. And Zach Beavers rounding out your top five right there.
Yeah, chatting there with CJ Greaves last night. He said Beavers didn't show up here any short on horsepower. That thing makes some steam. Top two checking out just a little bit. Kanan playing it smart, sitting back there just a little bit. The number 4 car, Tim Farr, talked about him having the quickest lap a little bit earlier today. We'll see if he's got anything for our leaders up here and can pick his way up in there. Lap time already. Quickest of the day, down in the 131 range. A blistering lap. And it looks like it's Tim Farr that set that 131.
And that little kicker up there in that horseshoe is definitely making the cars check up just a little bit. They're probably going to have to find a new line because it's kicking them all every time they go through it. But Kyle Cheney is starting to check out just a little bit. Hunter Miller running in that second position. Going through our rhythm section back there.
Yeah, Cheney's so successful in all forms of racing. Fresh off that King of the Hammers win, 3 consecutive in a row. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Extremely impressive racing from these Can-Am drivers. They're doing it big all over the country right now, and I'm telling you right now, that front of the pack right there is absolutely putting in some laps right now. They are flying around here. 131.3 we're seeing as the fastest time right now on the track. That is impressive.
Yeah, we've watched these guys battle before as well. I mean, this is nothing new here for Hunter and Cody Miller, Kyle Cheney. Those three go at it all the time wherever they show up. Great to see Kanan Baker inside of that. Kanan, who had competed in the NA category a little bit earlier today along with his sister, has kind of come out of that NA class to duke it out up here with the turbo cars and proving he is worthwhile. We talked about some of the process that they have to go through. If you're not 18 years old, you can't just come out here and run in this pro category. You have to go through a process. You have to be approved if you're under 18 years old. So the 15-year-old has certainly proven that.
Yeah, last year, Ken, we actually got to see him test the waters in this turbo class, and he actually ran his NA car a few times in here, and it was pretty impressive. Kanan's got a ton of speed on the track. He's got a great team behind him. They know how to set that car up for him perfect, and right now, he's showing everybody that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with this year in Pro Turbo.
Those top two cars are kind of driving away, and then it's Kanan that is right there in front of Tim Farr. And Farr not able to get around him just yet. I wonder if Farr's got any more speed. We chatted with a couple of those guys to find out what it was like out here. And these cars are so close that it is pretty difficult to pass. If you take a look at the lap times at 33.4, at 34.1, at 34.1, at 34.6, at 34.3, at 32.9, all in that first moto. I mean, we're talking about splitting hairs here. So to get a run on one of these guys, and they're so good anyways, is almost impossible.
Exactly.
That's that battle right there. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all right there.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. The big differentiator in speed for some of these guys is going to be their corner speed. If they can get through the corners faster than a lot of these cars in the straightaways, you're going to see them run about the same. But that corner speed, their suspension setups, all that stuff is going to play a big key, especially out here at Mid-America. Another big thing is your tire setup. You want to be able to put traction to the ground. And, you know, if you've seen the track out here, you know we've got good dirt. We got some rocks also. So right now, those Can-Ams out in front are showing us how to do it. Looks like they're having no problems right now on the track.
And these guys are just sticking together. They're all just they're battling it out there. 5 cars right there going through that hairpin turn, so close.
Yeah, everybody trying to find a spot. Keep in mind, these things have spools in them, so they inherently want to push. The cars are tight. They don't want to rotate. So you really have to drive them hard. Corey Willis with a big moment right there. Got up on the bike, was able to save it. Really, really quick hands to save that one. There's something else you have to be ready for, but these cars typically just do not want to turn, so you have to set them up that way. You've got to back them into the turn. You've got to drive them in hard and get these things to rotate with that spool.
And when you make a mistake like this, I promise you, everybody in that top group is going to make you pay for it. You can't make a mistake and stay up in the front and run like that. So Corey's definitely kicking himself a little bit after that. He allowed Cody Martin to get by right there, and I believe that's going to bump Cody up into the 4th spot, I believe, on the track.
So we still have Cheney out front, Miller 2nd, Baker 3rd, Farr 4th, and Cody Miller in the 5th position. So Cheney throwing down some fast lap times out there.
Did we just hear that correctly, that Cheney ran such a fast lap that they thought he might have skipped one of the barriers?
33.87, 33.97 for the top 2 there. I mean, separated by just a 1/10 of a second.
I love seeing this tight battle, especially out here in the Pro Turbo class. White flag is waving right there. We can see at the MRT finish line. Last lap, anything can happen.
I'm pumped for this. We see Cheney, Miller, there's Cody Miller, there's Zach Beavers, and there's my man Cody Martin rounding out your top 5. Kanan Baker looks like he's in 6th, and then there's Corey Willis in 7th. So this is a heck of a race right here. And we got 1 lap left for your Pro Turbo, so anything could happen. If there's going to be any moves made, they got to do it now. They're running out of time. But what a race so far for Kyle Cheney. I was at King of Hammers, and I watched him finish at King of Hammers, and I'm pretty sure we thought the exact same thing, like, how did he do this so fast? Well, we're getting to see him do it again right here today at Mid-America, round 1, short course series.
Yeah, it is certainly not a luck thing when you do it as many times as he's done it, and he's brought home so many championships along the way.
He's
and looking to kick things off here this year in a big way.
And a very well-seasoned driver.
No question. No question.
Multiple classes, Can-Ams, UTVs, the truck series that he's racing in as well, so he's a very well-seasoned racer.
So a little bit of breathing room out there for the first 2, as we talked about, from 3rd on back. It is a vicious dogfight. The 91 car just zipping by our camera right there, that yellow Can-Am.
And that's the checkered right there. So big win for Kyle Cheney in the Pro Turbo division. Congrats to Kyle Cheney. There you see Hunter Miller, Cody Miller in the 3rd position. And it looks like Zach Beavers is coming around right here. Let's see how they can finish it out.
Here to make it to the finish line. They're still scrapping. I think it's going to be Miller. Bud Willis had picked up a spot there somewhere along the way. Let's see how they go when they cross the stripe here. That's Beavers in 4th, Martin in 5th.
And I believe that Corey Willis went into that 6th position.
We'll see as the ticker rolls back down right here, but great race. Pro Turbo action, Kyle Cheney, Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, Zach Beavers, and Cody Martin, your top 5. There's Corey Willis.
Tough last lap. Look at him down there, ended up in 7th place after running around there in 3rd for so long.
He was trying to hold them all off, but it didn't quite happen. But we have Mr. Cash LaCroix out there on course. But let's give a little bit of shout out.
Hey, real quick, yeah. This guy that's standing above me right here, he's watching his son Cash. He's not even paying attention. You know what? I know how to get his attention. Let's do this.
Nope, he didn't feel it. He probably has too many layers on.
You know what? Now he's looking at me. How about right here on TV, we're going to tell this guy, John LaCroix, happy birthday, big guy.
Happy birthday. We'll sing happy birthday to you after we do awards at the shop and the band comes on.
You know, heard a word you said. He's had the headphone on the whole time. So.
He wants to say something. What a great day of racing out there. You're getting an overview right now of the park. You got
There's the pool.
There. Yep, the pool, the cabins, the RV spots. It's just been a great weekend out here for round one, our side-by-side championship series.
I'm super excited. Lots of big things to come this year. You know, this was really fun. We had BMR last weekend. This is our first event at the park this year. So it was cool to see everybody here, let everybody see some changes and things that are going on here at the park. But, man, what a great day of racing. I mean, if this doesn't set the tone for what we're going to see in 2023, I don't know what does.
Yeah, I mean, we kick it off with a 20% increase right off the bat in entries. So that's a nice move. So we take a look at the Pro Turbo unofficial results there, and Cheney up top. Congratulations to him. The way to kick off the season. Hunter Miller, Cody Miller, and then, of course, Zach Beavers with a great run as well. Cody Martin. Corey Willis with a nice pass there towards the end. Kanan Baker, once again, very fast there, pretty much the entire race, but unfortunately, there right at the very end, lost a number of spots. Jacob Geisendorf there in 8th. Tim Farr, who was also up in there. It was Tim Farr and Kanan Baker that were nose to tail, so I wonder if something happened between the two for him to end up down there 7th and 9th. Mitchell Langford as well to round out the top 10. Here's a look at 11th through 20th. Unfortunately, our reigning champion, Scott Champion, down there at the bottom of the list. Nobody was expecting that one, but so it goes in racing. Robert Van Beekum with a solid run there in 11th place. So we congratulate everybody that made it out here and made a run at this one. 24 cars deep here in the Pro Turbo category. Solid way to kick off the 23 season.
Yeah, check that out. Look at that shot right there. One of the coolest things, you know, we're getting ready to kick this year off. We see all the RVs out there. This weekend, we had a great weekend of short course racing. I had a blast announcing all this with you guys, and it was just incredible. You see these big crowds of people that are here just for short course. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when we get in some of these rounds with short course and Ultra 4 and everything? Visions, for example. So there's no space.
any open space on there.
People that just come out here to hang out and go swimming. I mean,
yeah,
exactly.
Fans.
But our next round is going to be round 2, April 28th through 30th at Wheatland, Missouri at Lucas Oil Speedway. Super exciting for that. The whole entire year. We have round 3 that'll be back here Memorial Day weekend. That will be May 26th through 29th. Round 4, Visions. Then we have the 5th round will be in July 21st weekend, September 22nd, back out here in our finals. Towards the end of October 20th, our Legends of the Fall.
Yeah, we have a big season, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Certainly been a lot of fun, as you talked about, kicking off everything here this weekend as well. And we've had a huge staff. Special thanks to our entire production department, the entire track crew for what they did and what they dealt with after the deluge that we had on Thursday. We had Joey out here. We had Scott Rain out here. We had Tiffany Stone out here. Of course, Pam and Matt. Everybody, hope you enjoyed the great broadcast. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you here from MAO. I'm Ken Stout. We'll see you next time.